We shall discuss the poem Lady Lazarus by Sylvia Plath. Sylvia Plath is a confessional poet who dares to write about her real life through her poems or her artworks. And then she can be equated to Kamala Das, who is similar poet in our Malayalam literature, who is also a confessional poet. So now one thing that is specific about Sylvia Plath is that she has done many suicide attempts. That's what we see. And then this poem is also about her suicide attempts. I have done it again. So this title is Lady Lazarus. If you know the story from Bible, you know about Lazarus who is resurrected by Jesus on the fourth day of his death. So here she considers herself Lady Lazarus because each time she considers that she is resurrected. I have done it. 1 year in every 10 I manage it. So she says that she have tried suicide once in every 10 years. A sort of walking miracle, my skin bright as a Nazi lampshade, my right foot a paperweight, my face a featureless fine dew linen. So she compares herself to a Nazi lampshade and her right foot as a paperweight and also her face like a featureless dew linen. Peel off the napkin, oh my enemy, do I terrify? See, she asks us to peel off her skin and see and whether it terrifies us. The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth, the sore breath will vanish in a day. She figures herself as a corpse and then she says that everything will vanish in one day. Soon, the flesh, the great grave cave age will be at home on me. So she says that soon her flesh will be eaten by her grave. And I, a smiling woman, I am only 30, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. So she tells her age, she is just 30 years old, and then she says that just like how a cat has got 9 lives, she will also have 9 times, 9 lives she will also have. This is number 3. At present, what she tried, this is the third chance. What a trash to annihilate each decade. Oh, she considered she's wasting each 10 years. What a million filaments, tiny little strings. The peanut crunching crowd shows in to see them unwrap me hand and foot, the big strip tease. So like the people rush when they hear about her suicide attempt and they come almost like as though they are coming to see a circus. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone, nevertheless I am the same identical woman. So she says that these are my hands, these are my knees, and she may be just skin and bone, but then she's real, and then she's the same woman who tried before her suicide attempt. She's the same even now. The first time it happened when she was 10, it was an accident. The first time her suicide attempt was actually drowning. She actually drowned and people thought it to be suicide. From then she started this. Second time I meant to last it out and not come back at all. The second time she really meant that suicide and she really did not want to come back at all. And that time she had like an overdosage of pills and then she hits herself beneath the stairs. And much later only she was found out. I rock shut as a seashell. That's what she's saying, how she hits herself. They had to call and pick the worms of me like sticky pearls. So just like after many days only they found her, she was almost dead and they had to find her out in that very bad condition as though like picking the worms out of her. Dying is an art like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. She says that to try to die is also a kind of art and then she's very well. She's exceptionally well in doing it. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels like real. So she really want death and then she do it because she feels more real. I guess you could say I have a call. Maybe you people say like death is awaiting me. It is easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It is the theatrical comeback in broad day to the same place, the same fact, the same brute, amused shout. So she says that each time she tries to suicide thinking that it will become a success, but then she fails. A miracle that knocks me out. So people consider this to be a miracle to have saved her. There is a charge for the eyeing of my scars. There is a charge for the hearing of my heart. It really goes. So there is a charge for everything, the treatment, the further treatments and all. And there is a charge, a very large charge for a word or a touch or a bit of blood or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So everything has a charge. So like we know that after a famous person is dead, even their hair clip or even their particular cloth will have great value. So her doctor, so her enemy. So her here in German means Mr. or Sir. Okay, so she is referring her doctor. It can be either taken as she is referring to some particular doctor who saved her, or she is referring to her father. She was not that close at all with her father. I am your opus, I am your valuable. So I am your opus, I am your artistic work. Pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your great concern. Please do not consider that I underestimate your concern. Ash, ash, you poke and stir. Flesh bone, there is nothing there. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling. So she says that the remnants of human beings only remains at the end, and sometimes it can even be burned with the body. Her God, her Lucifer, beware, beware. So she's calling Mr. God. She's both calling God and devil, and then she uses the term beware, beware, that is there in Coleridge's poem Kubla Khan. Out of the ash I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air. So she says that she's like a phoenix bird. How a phoenix bird rises from its ashes, the same way she also rises from her ashes, and she don't need a Jesus to resurrect her. That is the way how she ends the poem. And finally she dies in suicide itself. Quite after a few years, she dies in another suicide. Okay, hope the poem is clear. Thank you.